What is knowledge? This is my Plato Complete Works series. Today we're going over the book Theaetetus, Titimus. Is knowledge an opinion? What's the difference between knowing and believing? My name is Mitch. Do I know that my name is Mitch? Or do I believe that I know my name is Mitch? Okay, it gets a bit trippy here. And I'm going to define knowledge, wisdom, and truth all in the same category. It is a personal experience of both sides. So the positive, the negative, the advantageous, the disadvantageous sides, the challenging, the supporting sides of truth. I've recently done an Ironman. Would it be knowledgeable? Would I know that an Ironman is hard? I have personally experienced what an Ironman race is, triathlon. So I can say, yes, an Ironman is hard. From my perspective, I know with certainty that an Ironman is both challenging and supporting. There's benefits and there's drawbacks. If someone has never done an Ironman and never done a triathlon, never swam, biked and ran, and they say, oh yeah, I know that Ironmans are hard. Okay. It's like information. So there's information is just having little bits of the puzzle. You might have a few bits of the puzzle, and that's information. When you combine all of the little bits of information into one, then you have knowledge. That's the truth. That is wisdom. The problem that we then face is there are different levels of truth, knowledge, and wisdom. As soon as your judgment turns into an understanding, you're standing under the wisdom, you have information, you've gathered it all together to create knowledge. It's the whole puzzle that's known, it's wisdom, it's truth. You now have a new puzzle. That puzzle you've just completed becomes a new puzzle piece of information for the next level of growth and awareness and love and wisdom that you're going to experience. There is no such thing as knowing unless you're transcended the forms that Plato speaks of, and you have a moment of grace and gratitude and a tear of love and inspiration fills your heart, and all of you transcend your senses. So they talk a lot about in this. It's quite fun. The dialogue. They talk about, perceptions and senses, and is that knowledge? Is that wisdom? No, none of truth and knowledge and wisdom transcends above our senses. Human nature does not allow a skill to be developed without experience. That's a quote from the book. Another quote from the book is, the wise man is wise because he holds back his senses and his opinions and his perceptions, and he just asks questions to balance out your perceptions. So knowledge is balancing out your perception. When you've completely balanced out a perception of positive, negative, challenge and support, benefit and drawback, you transcend the senses, you become present in the moment, and that is the truth, that is the knowledge, and that is experienced, and that goes into your super conscious mind. Any imbalanced perception that we call information, that we call understanding, you're standing under the wisdom, it's not fully transcendent, and it's not truth or wisdom yet. That's stored in this subconscious mind. It becomes baggage that's stored in your mind forever. So they talk about in the book, I've had a perception and then I'm remembering that perception. So I went to the beach yesterday and I'm remembering the memory of that perception. That perception is stored in my mind. But every time I remember that perception, I create a new perception on top of it. I'm not actually seeing the truth I don't have knowledge of that experience. It is a imbalanced perception that is not true. If I get present in the moment and I see, okay, in that moment where it was sunny, where's the anti-memory? Because your brain always has to have an equal and exact opposite memory to balance out the sunny day. What was I comparing this to that was cloudy and wet and gloomy? Oh, wow. It was when I was riding that bike one day and I was staying inside and I just wanted to, wow, okay. Now I know that the world is beautiful. You cannot know that happiness is good. That's a moral hypocrisy. That's a moral perception that's imbalanced. There's no such thing as good and bad. We all live by a set of priorities, a set of values that are individual and unique to us. And that's how we defined good and bad. So the wise man, the philosopher, sits back and asks questions. Well, if you think that's good, where's the bad? The knowledge, the truth lies in combining the good and the bad, the positive, the negative, the challenge, the support, the benefit, and the drawback. That's some food for thought. Truth, real truth has no words. Knowledge is an inner knowing of certainty that there is love, presence, gratitude, wisdom, and inspiration. And there's an enthusiasm for how divinely magnificent the universe is. When you've experienced a moment like that and a tear rolls down your face, that is knowledge. Knowledge cannot be described. Knowledge is when you combine the good and the bad, and it's another building block to help you build upon layers and layers of evolution and levels of awareness. That's my rant for today on Theaetetus. Follow me for more on the Demartini method and this series I'm doing on all of the Plato books. So thank you for watching.